with more wisdom and more relationships and resources, it's like, no, you haven't done what I needed you to do with what you already have. So you got to ask yourself in this season, in 2026, we're almost at the midpoint of the year. Have you stewarded everything God has given you? Have you stewarded it properly? The relationships, the resources, the community, the money you do make. Have you stewarded it properly? You got to ask yourself that. And you don't have to drop it in the chat, but you ask yourself that. You look in the mirror and say, hey, am I stewarding all these things properly? Right? There's a scripture, right, in Matthew 6. And at the end of the scripture, it say, hey, don't worry about tomorrow because it has enough problems of its own. Do not worry about tomorrow because it has enough problems of its own. And that's what I love about Back at Zero. Like, people think zero, like it's nothing. No, it's everything. It's everything, right? We say back at zero, restart, redefine, recreate. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm not worried about yesterday. All I have is today. What am I doing today to maximize all that God has given me? He has woken me up, right? He has given me breath in my lungs. I can walk, I can talk, I can see, I can hear, I can taste, I can smell. Am I using all the gifts that God has given me? Everything He has blessed me with to the best of my ability. Am I maximizing? You have to ask yourself these questions. I went to church today. I went to the gym today. I hung out with my family today. I called my mom today. Tapped in with my dad today. I studied some stuff within AI. It's like I'm pushing everything to the limit. I'm not leaving nothing on the table. And a lot of times we're like, oh, because we don't see what we want in real time, we take for granted the time we already have. It's like, no, the time you have right now is the gift. And if you want the gift to keep on giving, you have to steward what you have in front of you. It's May. It's May 3rd. We're in the 5th month of the year, and everything can turn around within a week's time. But you got to change your mindset. You got to change your spirit. Right? You got to stop living in lack and live in abundance, live in prosperity in the now. And it's all about each decision you make and compounding those good decisions so that you can turn your life around in whichever way you want to turn it around. Your health, your finances, your relationships, it's just decisions, small micro decisions. And then you look up and you're like, okay, these things are getting better, right? May 21st through the 24th, you have an opportunity to make another decision. To say, hey, am I going to go to the Back at Zero event? Maybe you went to the last one, or maybe you didn't go to the last one. Are you going to come to this one? I say you should, right? Not because it's just another event, but you have to interact with the energy that you want to sustain when you're not around it. You have to interact with the energy that you want to sustain when you're not around it. What does that mean? Okay, cool. Maybe in my environment that I'm in, I don't have a bunch of like-minded individuals. So every chance I get, I need to go be around them. I need to go light that flame again. I need to go get re-inspired and motivated. And it's not about motivation, right? Because motivation is for a nighttime, but dedication is for a lifetime. So I don't want you to just be motivated. I want you to be dedicated to saying, hey, I'm willing to put myself in these rooms so that I can continue to learn, continue to grow, and build connections. That's what Back at Zero Expo is about. More than you getting information, right? It's about changing the way you make decisions. More than you knowing more, it's about you doing more. It's about you doing more differently. So I'm fired up because I know we had a great time last Back at Zero event, and it's going to be more of the same. If you haven't bought your ticket, the question is why, right? It's $100 all in for all 3 days. I have to always reiterate, all the ticket sales go to the foundation. We're not getting rich off of the ticket sales. It's just really to make sure that we can continue to do what we do and continue to run the foundation. So it just makes sense. So it's like The question is why. And if you live in Texas, it's almost like it's a slap in the face to not show up, to make an excuse to say, "Oh, I couldn't do it," or how important is it to you? How much do you want? Oh, I don't think it's gonna make me more successful if I go. I don't think. Well, yeah, you won't know if you don't go. We're gonna have some really powerful people in the room. We're gonna be live trading at the event on Thursday. I'm gonna just throw that out there. We're gonna actually be live trading. We've never done that. We've never done it, but we're live trading at the Back at Zero Expo on Thursday night. I highly recommend you're in the building. Guys, there are gonna be things that are gonna be dropped. There are gonna be opportunities that are gonna be accessible only to the people that actually show up. And that's not to have you having a fear of missing out. I don't do the FOMO. I'm gonna just keep it 100% with you. I don't care if you're scared or not of missing out. I'm just telling you what it's gonna be, right? We're live trading. So whatever you spent on the ticket, you could probably make it back that night and some. Just being honest. We've actually, changed the way we've been doing things, even at the office, where, we were teaching and people, like Calvin said, they took it for granted. And so we say, hey, we're gonna still give away free education. The education is fire. We're gonna continue to keep adding modules, and we got some crypto stuff coming down the pipeline. Shout out Raul. He's gonna be adding some stuff here soon. We're gonna always continue to give you that premium service of free education, free community, free live sessions, free signals, right? But at the same time, we're here to help you make money. We're here to create momentum. We're here to create excitement. And so what we've been doing is live trading now at these workshops every Wednesday. And people have been now leaving, not saying, hey, I learned something, which is fine. I'd rather you leave saying, hey, I earned something, which is amazing. Because you can learn all day long and still be broke. Learn on your own time. When you with us, you're going to make some money. That was the decision we decided to make and change the dynamics. Because we doing all this learning. We've been learning in school. We was in school for 12 years, 16 years. We did a whole bunch of learning but made no money. So that is not the key to this. We've already proven that we're willing to give away the free education and show people what this is. Now it is time to turn it up. Now it's time to take a quantum leap. And that means you got to change your decisions, change the way you do something, and do that repeatedly over and over and over and over again. And you compound that, and then you look up and you say, hey, I'm somewhere further along than where I started. So we've been doing that for the last almost month. And already I can see the difference in the energy in Houston alone. So if you're here, I don't care where you're at, right? I literally don't care where you're at, because we had people come in from London last time. We had some people come in from Canada last time. So it's like, you got to get here. There's people all around Houston. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to stay. Did you reach out to anybody that lives in Houston that might let you stay on their couch? Use your resources. What did God give you? Are you maximizing the relationships? What good is it to be a part of a community if you don't leverage the relationships within the community? Oh, I don't know how I can get there, but I don't know. I don't got money for Uber. Have you reached out to anybody in Houston that's in the community that's maybe willing to pick you up from your hotel and move you around as y'all go to the different events? These are the questions you got to ask yourself, because we can make a bunch of excuses, but a lot of times we don't make adjustments in that and say, hey, let me be more solution oriented, more solution based, and see how can I make this happen and not figure out reasons why it won't happen. Right? Always want to show gratitude though to everybody that does show up. Not for me, not for Back at Zero, for yourself. Right? Because at the end of the day, you guys play a bigger part in a bigger mission than just learning how to trade and being a part of community. You are a part of a real movement. You are part of real change. And you won't get it now until 10 years pass and you see, dang, I was a part of that. Okay, cool, you were a part of it, but what part did you play? Because you can be a part and not play a part. Oh my God. You can be a part and not play a part. that bought tickets to the last event. Because why? We're giving away $5,000 in scholarships to graduating high school seniors because you bought tickets to the last event. That's what you did. Yeah, you came in, you learned, you networked, but your tickets sales went to graduating seniors in high school in Houston, Texas. I need you to understand what your ticket sales did. Thank you. You blessed somebody. And we're going to continue to keep doing that. Can we get 10,000? Can we get 20,000? Can we get 50,000? How many high school seniors can we send to high school because you wanted to come to an event, because you wanted to purchase Phoenix Edge, because you wanted to pay for mentorship? So when you invest in yourself, you're investing into a high school kid. You're investing into a graduating senior. You're investing into a college kid that needs book money and needs money for room and board. That's what you're doing. So when you invest in yourself, you're investing in so much more. I need you to understand that. So to give up on yourself, guess how many other people you are literally putting at a disadvantage because, oh, I don't want to come to the event because da-da-da-da. Dang, your $50 could have, your $100 could have, your $25 could have helped somebody go to college. You playing a bigger part. So for us, the goal is not just trading, right? It's bigger than trading. It's bigger than, hitting TPs and understanding market structure. The nucleus of what we're building at Back at Zero is youth programs and economic empowerment in the middle schools and high schools. So if you follow me on Instagram, like you'll see that's happening. It's not like I'm saying it and you're not seeing. If you follow my stories, if you follow me on Instagram, you see me literally going to high schools. You're seeing it. I went to Willow Ridge High School this past Thursday. Spoke with very influential lady in the faculty and staff, and she loves what we're doing at Back at Zero from a financial literacy workshop and even a financial literacy curriculum standpoint. And I'm super excited because I've been doing a lot of groundwork, a lot of legwork. There's nobody forcing me to do this, or there's no secret gateway into getting into these schools. It's actually way harder to get into a school and people to trust you when you're around kids. I went to Willow Ridge High School on Thursday, and what's a full circle moment for me is that school is actually in the same district that I graduated from, right? My dad graduated from that school. My aunt, his two sisters graduated from that school. So it's a lot of history for me to go back there and say, dang, I'm actually impacting these students. We're starting a pilot program in the fall with Shake the Bank financial literacy curriculum powered by Back at Zero. And we're also working on two other high schools within that district, Bush and Marshall High School, where we'll be working to pilot the program on those two campuses as well. I need you to understand, when you're a part of Back at Zero, it's going to be way bigger than you think. It's going to be way bigger than you think. It's just about trading. No, I'm trying to tell you what this is going to turn into. When Back at Zero's curriculum is in Fort Bend ISD, when the kids start getting Phoenix Edge, when the kids start getting mentorship, the same stuff you get, we can teach them financial literacy, but then what happens when we start bringing what you get access to in there? And they start taking it more serious than you do. And you've been having access to it before. You got to think, I was in the classroom with these kids because I spoke to a lady and then I went and spoke to a class for about an hour just to introduce myself. And I asked them, I said, who knows what cryptocurrency is? Only one person raised their hand. It was like 30 students in there. I said, who has a crypto wallet? Already behind. It's serious. So the things that you get access for free on a daily basis and you take advantage of, there are kids that if they wish they had the access to the information and you take it for granted. It's crazy. But we're going to continue to keep developing programs and education because there are hundreds of thousands of people that aren't on this call, aren't in the community, that's going to come into Back at Zero and take full advantage of what we built. I'm 100% sure of that. And shout out to the people that are taking advantage. If that's you, then I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the people that are just kind of like skating, just doing the bare minimum. So once again, coming to the Back at Zero Expo, we are we have decided that we want to bring um, some other programming, not just for Back at Zero trading platform, because that's its own thing, right? You know, if you don't know the mission statement, our mission is to educate and mentor individual in music, STEM, and financial literacy through entrepreneurship, right? We want to focus on the youth in those areas, understanding that I got my degree in electrical engineering, so I understand that I want to bring STEM opportunities, talk about tech, talk about engineering, right? Talk about science. AI is like one of the most hot topics right now that's buzzing on every platform. And so many people don't even know what it is for real. They still treat it like a search engine. AI is now enabling you to create agents to do work for you. This is a different landscape. This is a different landscape. So we say, hey, we're not going to just focus on one thing. We want to make sure we give you access to all information. So we're partnering with somebody. It'll be announced at the event. And there's some special surprises for the people that are there. But now Back at Zero is going to be offering AI education, right? I'm not going to give you all the specifics, but we're going to give you, AI education from the basics all the way to the advanced concepts, and even give you resources if you want to start building tools. So that's going to be something that we're going to announce and we're going to release at the event. If you're there, there will be certain proximity and benefits of being in person when that happens, right? If you're not in the room, you don't get the same experience. So make sure you do your best to be there May 21st through the 23rd. But yeah, Cal, I know we have some other stuff that's coming down the pipeline that we're going to be releasing at the event as well. I don't know if you want to update them about certain things that are going to be changing from a community level to like just a technology standpoint of what they can expect over these next 30 to 60 days.
For sure. Hey, drop a zero in the chat for the updates that you got so far. Again, drop AI in the chat because that's powerful. And again, I was an individual that, even though I knew about AI, I wasn't trying to use it. And for this past last month, it's been helping me at a high level, at a high clip. Because, like Brandon said, like I thought about it as a search engine, but not as a resourceful tool that works for me. At the end of the day, we're in a situation to where technology is taking over. It is the future, and it's just a matter of how much of us can get in front of it. And it's applied knowledge, right? We can have all the knowledge in the world. That's the biggest thing that we have within the Back at Zero community. They get so much stuff for free, but they don't apply it, and then now they're in a situation where they feel stuck. So I'm super excited about what we talked about before, where we had even a partnership when it came down from. Again, Back at Zero is an outlet for partnerships. I'm just gonna say that the right strategic partnerships, and that's something that Brandon always stressed about. Right strategic partnerships that align. So we actually have a new partnership when it comes down to pipeline. When it comes down to where we trade at, right? We're not getting rid of our current platform that we trade where we trade at now, but we're actually adding an additional trading platform so people can have more what? Access. Drop access in the chat. We have the key word, access, right? We're not subtracting, we're adding. We don't subtract, we add. We make sure that we create the proper impact and proper resources for individuals because we're not just, building from our backyard. We're building a global movement. Back at Zero is not built in the United States. It's a global movement. It's a global movement at that. So I want you guys to understand that us adding on a new trading platform for people to be able to have access to that maybe wouldn't feel comfortable probably trading from Africa could now have access to something that they from Africa or London that they feel comfortable with trading. When it comes down to the platform, we've been talking about it for quite some time now about upgrading the community. As you guys already see so far, we're already in a situation to where we did little updates from the community standpoint of like, hey, different onboarding, different key things when it comes down to getting access to Back at Zero. But I want you guys to understand, what's about to be revealed at the event is not a talk anymore. This is why the call is called Quantum Leap. We took that quantum leap. Again, things didn't work out the way it's supposed to work out. In retrospect, that's the perception, right? We said things that were supposed to happen and didn't happen. I love what Jay-Z said on the actual GQ podcast that he did. Things don't happen to you, it happens for you. So at the end of the day, when we thought that we wanted to do certain things at that certain time, realistically, it wasn't God's timing. It wasn't the proper time for us to be able to get those things done. So as much as everybody is like frustrated in the community or didn't do certain things or probably didn't even move forward the community as visionaries because they felt like, hey, you said this and this didn't happen. It didn't happen to us, it happened for us because now we got put in a situation to where what we were about to have, we took a quantum leap. I'm being dead serious. And you guys will have first dibs and access to that when it comes down to the new tech that we have for Back at Zero, the new UI when it comes down to what we have to offer to Back at Zero, the new experience when it comes down to Back at Zero. I want you guys to understand that Back at Zero is not just only your access pass to life, it's an experience, right? And it's an experience that you get to take advantage of if you so choose. Are you going to be a person that experience profits and gains from being a customer into the platform? Are you going to be a user that experience powerful impact because you want to be a visionary within the community? So again, I saw Franklin drop the ticket link in the chat box. Make sure you scroll up, Franklin, if you could drop it again. If you have not bought your tickets yet, again, I'm not a guy FOMO. I'm just letting you guys understand that if who you are today could have gotten you what you wanted, you would have already had it. If you guys, again, you probably saw a concert ticket that you just looked at on the internet, on Instagram. You said, I got to buy this right now because you felt like you needed to. You probably saw some sneakers that you said, I got to buy this right now because I needed it right now, right? How many of you guys need a change in your life? Are you a part of the community just to be a part of the community? Are you here to help grow the community, right? We're talking about us being evangelists through the community of Back at Zero. So a lot of these proceeds go to impacting people globally. So we're not talking about from a local standpoint. We're talking from a global standpoint. The money that's being put into these ticket sales are going to impact people, not create income. So if you see the ticket link or scroll up, I want you guys to buy the ticket right now. Procrastination is the death of all. Anything could happen. If I see something that I know, it's like paying my rent in advance. If I have the opportunity to pay my rent in advance because I understand that it'll make my life easier, I will do that. So understanding that even a $50 purchase, maybe you can't make it to all 3 events, right? The fact that Brandon said, hey, I'm gonna even just lower it down, that means that we're investing in, first of all, that means we're investing into making sure that you receive the proper information and then still take that income from the ticket sales and still invest it back into the people. So realistically, you're still getting that experience. How many people in this chat went to the last Back at Zero Expo? Not the expo, well, there was an expo before that, but last Back at Zero event. There was a lot of impact that people probably didn't even think or they thought it was going to actually have. There's a lot of relationships that were being built at that expo too as well. So, I'm going to stay on track. We have that, the new platform being updated, and I don't want to give you guys too much because realistically, I want you guys to see it for yourself. I want you guys to experience it yourself. I'm not creating no FOMO. I'm just creating facts. If you guys miss out, I promise you, it's a difference of watching something live and seeing the recording. Can I go to an actual game or a concert, or can I watch the replay on YouTube? So don't be that individual that got to watch the replay if you don't have to. That's all I'm going to say.
Nah, absolutely. So, I wanna end with this, guys. He said, shout out, I think it's Abel. He said, when is Back at Zero coming to Africa? Oh man, we went last year, so that's a journey. But as we grow in Africa and we create momentum and the right leadership to facilitate that move back out there, we're down. So I know we got some people in Angola that we need to actually tap back in with and see where they're at. I know the biggest thing with Angola is the language barrier. They speak Portuguese, so that's kind of been the bottleneck for us really growing as fast as we can is finding the right support, right? Because we can have the education in Portuguese, but you need an educator that speaks the language, and you need other leaders that understand what we're doing at Back at Zero at a high level. Like how Calvin, you need a Calvin in Portuguese, right? So that person will reveal itself when it's time. So shout out Abel, just stay plugged in, bro, and as we grow, we'll continue to hit different corners of the earth in the world with different leadership that comes on board and can facilitate those people. So keep plugging in, bro, and just be on the lookout for more resources for Angola. So I went to church today, and they started a new series called Gifted, right? And then the sermon was the lie of not enough, right? And I think I actually talked about this story before of, Exodus, the book of Exodus, and, God wanted Moses to, free the Israelites from Pharaoh. And initially, Moses gave all these excuses. He said, I can't speak. Like, maybe you should get my brother Aaron. Like, how am I gonna do it? Like, how do you want me to do it? What if they don't believe me? Like, why do you want me to go on such this grand assignment? Like, why me? And it's such a powerful story. Like we think about, Moses and we hear the story, but a lot of us are Moses. We have that Moses tendency, not the Moses that parted the Red Sea, not the Moses that slapped the rock and had water come out. We have the Moses that was questioning God as God was giving him an assignment. That's crazy. Imagine God gives you an assignment and you say, I'm not good enough. Imagine God is giving you an assignment and you say, not me. Imagine God gives you an assignment and you say, I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough. If we truly believe in God and we're on this journey and we believe that we're going to be successful, God speaks to you in different ways. God speaks to you in the blessings that he puts right in front of you. It's already in your hand. The blessing is already in your hand, but you don't realize it. We talked about stewardship, right? Because he asked Moses, he said, look, what is in your hand? And he looked and he's like, it was the staff. The same staff that split the Red Sea, the same staff that slapped the rock and got the people water from, like the same. So what is in your hand? What has God already given you that you have not taken advantage of? Look, it's Exodus 3, chapter 3, 10 through 12, right? He says, so now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And God said, I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. Here's the thing. God has already gave you an assignment, but you keep making excuses in your head. The lies you are telling yourself aren't coming from God. They're not even coming from other people. They're these fears of doubt that you are now justifying as true. And the voice in your head, it starts to sound so familiar where you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I don't have the money to go. I don't have the money to go to Back at Zero Expo. Or I don't have the money to get Phoenix Edge. Or I don't have the money to pay for or I don't have the money. Or I don't have the time. The voice of doubt starts to sound so familiar that you just start agreeing with it. The most scary thing isn't that you don't believe God has given you gifts and given you Let me read what it says. Yeah, the most scary thing isn't that you don't think God is giving you the gifts and the talents or giving you enough to win. It's not that. It's you believing that you don't already have it. It's like, God, I need this. God, bless me with this. God, you already have it. What is in your hand? When you get off the call, you got to ask, what is in my hand? What do I already have that I'm not taking advantage of? What is right in front of me that can change everything if I just change my perspective? If I stop believing the lies that I don't have enough, but I already have what I need. You already have it. Nobody on this call is missing anything to go to the next level in their life. I guarantee you. I don't care what you say, because if we really do an audit, we are going to find areas of your life where you are not maximizing your resources or your opportunities. I guarantee you. If we do a thorough audit on your life, we will find that you are not maximizing areas of your life where God has already given you resources, relationships, and opportunities to take your life to the next level. You're not waking up in time for London session. You're not waking up in time for New York session. You're not showing up to the events. That has nothing to do with not having enough, but everything to do with you not stewarding what God has already given you. So how many times are you going to keep lying to yourself and saying you don't have enough or you don't have what it takes? No, you don't want to do what it takes because you already have it in your hand. You just keep justifying why it's not supposed to be you to win, why it's not supposed to be you to change the generational curses in your family, why it's not supposed to be you to save your family from poverty, why it's not supposed to be you to restore your family. It's you. How many other times has God put you in a community or gave you the resources and you just keep squandering it all? Or maybe God will give me another chance. Maybe. But you know, God loves us so much, that's why he disciplines us, right? And when you are not obedient, he will take it away. I promise you. He did it to Moses. Because even though he slapped the rock with the staff and the water came out, God said, don't slap the rock, speak to the rock. So he was not obedient, and therefore they did not go into the promised land, and they were in the wilderness for 40 years. What is God asking you to do that you're not doing? What has God told you to do that you're not doing? It's already in your hand. Take this with you. Write this down. Number one, insecurity distorts your identity. You don't lack identity, you lack clarity, right? Your deficiencies is still God's design. So maybe you're not the smartest. Maybe you don't know how to speak in front of people. Maybe you're not the most well-dressed, or whatever you can come up with. God designed you that way. You don't think he knows that? He knew you before anyone knew you were even coming. He knew what you were going to be, who you were going to be, how you were going to be. He already knew. So you trying to say, oh, I already knew that. That's how I made you. So your deficiencies, the things you think you don't, that is by design. There's no one like you. Oh, I like this one. You rather submit your calling and your purpose to your personality. Oh, I'm a Virgo. Oh, I'm an introvert. Oh, I'm shy. I got public fear of speak. Like, come on, bro. Come on, sis. You are submitting your personality, your zodiac sign, your whatever, to your purpose, when you should be submitting your purpose. You know, you should be submitting. You don't submit your personality to your purpose. You submit your purpose to your personality, right? Meaning that I am going to still be purposeful, even though all the things that on this board say I'm not supposed to do it, because I have a feeling inside that I'm supposed to be more. I have a feeling that I'm supposed to do more. Yeah, the odds might be stacked up against me, but I don't know why. I just feel like I'm supposed to win. Everything is going wrong, but God just keep putting these resources in front of me, so it must be a way out. As long as I'm still breathing, I'm going to still keep striving towards winning. That's just what it is. All right? 3 stages for you to walk in your gift. And when I'm telling this to you, I need you to apply it in real time, right? Because that's just what it's a decision, right? It's only 3 things. And if you're not doing these, then that's why you're not seeing elevation, right? Number 1, it's given from God. You already got it. So that's a check mark. So we can't say, oh, God didn't give it to me yet. He already gave it to you. You just haven't activated it. Right? Because we keep justifying why we don't have enough, but he already designed you that way. You already have the gift. You just have to activate it. Number 2, now you have to agree with it. You're already agreeing with something, but you're not agreeing with your calling. You're not agreeing with your purpose. You're not agreeing with all the things that he's already put in front of you. And number 3 is you act on it. So he's already given it to you. Now you agree, okay, I do have it, God. Now act on it. You do all those 3, watch how your life change. When I started back at 0, I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I remember God telling me, hey, you have enough. I was like, I remember he said, let MLM go. Stop chasing your old organization. Let it go. And in my mind, I'm like, how am I supposed to build from scratch? Like, you don't want me to work with anybody that I worked with. You want me to just completely start over? Let it go. I already gave you what you had. You already have enough. Just go. If I did not accept what God gave me and agreed and said, you know what, you're right, I'm going to just take one step at a time. And then Franco show up, John show up, Calvin show up. And then we just keep rolling. I acted on it. He already gave it to me. He gave me the vision. He gave me what I needed. I agreed. I said, okay, cool, let's do it. I didn't second guess. I didn't. After I agreed, that was it. I ain't no going back and should I have? No, I agreed. Then I acted on it. And every day, I have seen us get closer and closer to the vision I've seen in my head. Every single day, regardless of the people that leave, regardless of the people that come inside the community, regardless of how things evolve on the outside looking in, it doesn't matter. I know internally, every day I wake up, we're getting closer and closer and closer. So whoever decides to be a part of this growing organism will be blessed, guaranteed, just from proximity. Because there's so many things that are coming down the pipeline that if you're just in the proximity, you're going to receive the blessing. If you're just in the proximity, if you just have faith and you can just tap into the energy, I promise you, your life will elevate. Guaranteed. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you're going to be a multi-millionaire. I don't know what that is for you. God has his plan. But I know for a fact, I was put here to bless other people. I know for a fact, Calvin wants to bless other people. Franco wants to bless other people. So when you have leadership like that wants to help and they lead with that in mind, there's no way you can lose. There's no way you can lose. The only way you lose is if you agree with the lies or you quit. He already gave it to you. Just agree with where you're supposed to be going. You know where you want to go. Agree with it. Okay. I said I want to be financially free. Agree with it and don't waver from that decision. And now act on it every single day. Don't worry about the next day. Just worry about the now. What can you do today? All right. So I'm super excited once again, guys. Tap in with the link. I need to see everybody. Look, we got a cool little amount of people on the call. If all y'all were in the room, it's going up. I need everybody on this call in the room. I know, Abel, you in Africa, bro. I get it. Like I said, we're gonna keep pushing so we can make our way out there, man. But outside of Abel, he don't. And nobody should have an excuse to not make it. You gotta take a bus. You gotta drive. I would say Spirit, rest in peace, because we don't got no more cheap airlines, right? So hopefully somebody else will emerge with the low airfare. But you know, it's still enough time out for the fares to be low enough for you guys to make it out here if you gotta fly. So use your resources. Make sure you do everything you can to be out here, because I guarantee it's gonna be a great time. So yeah, guys, every single day we back at zero, restart, redefine, recreate. Kyle, you got anything before we close it out?
I want to leave with something. It's two things. Well, three things essentially. We all heard the saying that pressure creates diamonds. So I want you guys to understand this is something I learned at church. Growth is formed in pressure, not preference. And people choose their preference and lose their purpose. And it's one of those moments where you have to realize, again, like I said, if where you at today could have gotten what you wanted, you already had it. Because you chose your preference and you try to avoid the pressure, you lost your purpose. Don't run away from what you think is hard. Always understand that you have to go through it to grow through it. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out, guys. So new trading week, opportunity to make money, make the right decisions, and just push your life forward 1% at a time. So be on the lookout for any updates in your emails, any push notifications. Stay plugged in, plug somebody in, and let's win. I'm out.
The recording has stopped.